Hey, this is Tommy. Week 3 college football. I think there's some plays that I have that you need to jump on. Now, the lines have varied because today's Thursday, and if you're signed up with me, you get text alerts on Sunday night, Monday morning telling you, hey, jump on these lines now for great value. So there's some great lines that we scooped up. We just snatched them, and they're going to cash. But I still have a couple lines that still have good value that really haven't moved a lot, and you can jump on them. So, first play I'm going to give you the Buffalo Bulls. They're out of the MAC, the Buffalo Bulls. Their coach, Lance Leopold, been there 4 years. He has built this program up. The last 4 years, they've gotten better and better and better. Last year, they went 6-6. They were bowl eligible. They have a 6'7" quarterback named Jackson who looks like he could be a baller in the future. He's done well. Last week, they almost covered the 44 that they were spotting their FCS opponent. They got backdoored in the last few minutes of the game. But I tell you what, this Bulls team is very experienced. You know, their head coach, he won a bunch of titles, Division III at Wisconsin Whitewater. I like this team a lot. I took them, the future bet over, I think it was 6 wins, 6.5, 7 wins. They're going to win 7, 8, 9 games this year. They are a really good team, and they're playing against Temple. Temple doesn't score. We all know this. Now, the one thing I do like about Temple, they play in a really good conference, underrated, the AAC. But they just don't score. Their coach has only been there this second year, so there's a little drop-off coming here. They're not as experienced as they were. Last week they lost to Villanova, who's a good FCS opponent, but they lost. They couldn't score. This Buffalo Bulls team is better than Villanova, and I tell you right now, I got them winning the game straight up. So the money line is definitely a play at plus 150 up to plus 200, depending on what your book is. But the plus 5 Buffalo Bulls, I'm all over. If it's plus 4.5, I'll still jump on it. But we got it at 5. I feel good or great about it. 3 units on it. That one's cashing, baby. It feels really good. That's a great play, quality play that has value. Second play, the Charlotte 49ers. Now, I told you if you watch my recent clips on YouTube, which you can still click onto, I gave future win totals. And I said Charlotte over 3.5 wins. We got plus, I think 110 or plus 115. It was at plus 150 at one time. Then Sharp Money hit it down to win 3.5 games. They won their first game last week, 34-10. This team right here, 1-11 last year, but they have a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, and they brought in a new coaching staff because their coach is on the hot seat. He brought a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. Both have had a lot of experience, and this team will grind. This team will put a fight up. Will they win the game this week against Appalachian State? Tommy, you're crazy. I'm not crazy, man. They are a live dog, but we're getting them at plus 14 all over it. I told my guys, hey, just add an extra half a point, get it plus 14.5, just to make sure to cover the push in case it happens. I like the Charlotte team at home. The fans are going to be juiced. They only won one game last year. They're already 1-0. And Appalachian State is a good team, but they are less experienced than they have been in the last few years. They looked amazing against Penn State. They did. I mean, they had Penn State ranked number 10 on the ropes. They had them beat until the guy ran back a kickoff to the 40-yard line. They went down, scored, take it to overtime, and Penn State finds a way to squeak it out. Appalachian State, how are they going to react when you have a top 10 team? Almost like, remember when they beat Michigan over 10 years ago? They had another top 10 team beat. And now these kids got to play a 1-11 Charlotte team. That's basically, this is a new rivalry because Charlotte has only had football for the last 7 years. And Appalachian State's been a powerhouse in FCS and now over in FBS. You know, this team is 38-10 in the last 4 seasons, I think. I mean, they're up there with Bama and other big teams with their record and Ohio State. I mean, it's crazy. Appalachian State is a great program. I don't care, big or small school. But they're coming, less experienced than they were last year, coming to Charlotte, only a couple hours away. This is going to be a new rivalry. These two teams, their fans are going to be jacked up. It's at 6 o'clock. It's going to be night. Charlotte is a live dog on the money line, plus over 400. You get 4-1 on your $100 bill. Woo! But I'm not going to give that play. Like I said, plus 14, add a half point, plus 14.5. Put 3 units on it. I feel good. It's going to be a really tight matchup. Maybe it hits 14 on the dot. but I like Charlotte putting up a fight, and I don't know how Appalachian State's going to react. A less experienced Appalachian State is going to react when they have to knuckle up against a Charlotte team that is ready to win. My third play, we're going to bring back the Buffalo Bulls because I love them, and this is going to be a two-team 7-point teaser. The Buffalo Bulls. So instead of getting them at 4.5, 5, you're going to get them at 11.5 or plus 12, and we're going to pair them up with Mississippi State at -1, -1.5. Mississippi State on the road at K-State. As soon as this line came out, -7, I told my guys, let's hit this. Let's jump all over it. And we did. And it went right up to 9.5. Now it's taking some money. It's went back down to 8.5. Against Kansas State. Kansas State, Bill Snyder has done an amazing job. He's been there 100 years. But this isn't the best K-State team they've had. And this Mississippi State team, I'm telling you, I told you on my win total, over or under on the win totals, I told you Mississippi State wins over 8.5 games. This is a team that's scary in the SEC. Everybody's talking about Auburn and Alabama. Everybody's talking about everybody but Mississippi State. Mississippi State has nothing but seniors and juniors. Their quarterback, yeah, he hurt himself, but last year, Nick Fitzgerald, this team is very, very good. Their coach, Dan Mullen, went to Florida. And I tell you what, he should have stayed back for this one because he should stay one more year because this team is a very good team. They're going to go on the road. They're going to go to Kansas State. They're going to get the win. So we're getting them on a teaser with Buffalo, a two-team, 7-point teaser. We're going to get them at -1, -1.5. They win this game by a touchdown to me. But why do that when I have a teaser and we're going to put 3 units on it with Buffalo? I love both of these teams. Buffalo Bulls and Mississippi State on the 2-team 7-point teaser, 3 units. It's cashing, baby. So there's 3 plays. And you know what? I'm going to give you one more bonus play. This is an FCS school versus an FBS school. And I crushed these. Last week with 3-1 on these. And the one I lost was a backdoor. I'm going to give you the Howard Bison. Howard Bison, Tommy. The Howard Bison. They're at Kent State. Now, Kent State, they looked really, really good against Illinois last week. But I don't trust Lovie Smith's team. They let me down. Actually, I gave out Illinois to cover the 16.5, and it was a disaster. But Kent State, much improved. First-year coach, much improved. Their offense looks a lot sexier than it's looked in the last few years. Kent State, at home, they're giving Howard 6.5. Howard went on the road last year. You remember them last year? They beat UNLV and covered the 45 points that they were getting. Straight up winners. They didn't need the 45. They got 45 points and they won. Last week, against Ohio University, they were a 30-point dog. And they had the Bobcats on the ropes. They were up almost all game until Ohio came back second half and took the lead and ended up winning, I think, 38-32. So Howard has covered 2 big spreads this week. It's the spread smaller. It's only 6.5. They're getting 6.5 at Kent State. Howard has a chance to win this game straight up. So we're taking the plus 6.5, put 2 to 3 units on it. I like the Bison. They were 7-4 last year. This team has a chance to get into the FCS playoffs if they qualify. Now I'm not sure because the black colleges are different because they have their own bowl game at the end of the year. So I don't know if they can qualify or not. But 7-4 last year, this team is a good team. So you're getting 6.5 points at Kent State, brand new coach. Yeah, they looked good against Illinois last week, but Illinois might win 4 games at best, right? Maybe 5, maybe 3, maybe 2. So Howard Bison plus 6.5, my FCS pick over FBS, and we're gonna put 3 units. So I gave you right there 4 plays. 4 plays gonna cash. If you like what I do, follow me. Twitter. My handle is Tommy Teaser at Watch Tommy Cover. And I'm telling you right now, best bang for the buck, less than $2 a day. I can put cash in your pocket. And NFL starts Sunday. And I got 3 plays for that that's going to cash also. Be good. Woo woo!